Welcome back to another installment of Basement Boy Reviews. Basement Boy Banner in the house. Thor, Brian as always. We have a special guest for this review, Jeremy. Jeremy got to go to Comic-Con with us this weekend. He's getting married next week. Got to see Civil War. It was a good week last week. Technically last week because we're in the next week because it's Monday. But whatever. So we're gonna do Civil War spoilers review. We did a non-spoiler. I did a non-spoiler reaction video Friday night, which is up. Thor's Thoughts number 6. Check it out. But this is the spoilers. So spoilers, people. There will be spoilers. Review for Civil War. Let's jump right into it. Civil War came out last week. We've been talking about this movie for God knows how long. We talked about every single trailer that dropped, all the casting, the Spider-Man stuff. We finally got to see it. And I'm just going to say it did not disappoint. I mean, this whole greatest superhero film ever made shit I'm seeing, like, no, I'm sorry. It's not. But it's a really good movie. I think some of the things, starting with what we liked, so we don't want to be negative right off the bat. Starting with what I liked, some of the new characters, obviously the action, the set pieces, the action sequences I think were better than the previous Avengers movie. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't so busy. I don't know.
Honestly, I think the action scenes were better than even the first Avenger. Just action scene wise, because like you said, busy. I think a lot of the first Avenger was pretty busy too.
But that first Avengers, that way they went through what was going on in the city by at certain points following every single character and then tying it back. It was just that. No, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you there. Like,
well, you don't have to.
I know I don't. But that was the way Josh did that first Avengers movie was beautiful because it honestly you'd see him shoot an arrow and then it would cut to Iron Man and then it would cut to Thor doing something. It was just cut so well, the way the transitions were between different battle sequences going on through New York. That's what I think separates that one from me.
See, I think this one still had pretty good transitions from battle scene to battle scene.
Great. They were great. I mean, I'm not gonna say these were subpar, or anything like that. They are wonderful. I'm just saying if we're still, I don't think better than the first Avengers.
But I disagree.
But okay, and that's why we have this discussion. What does Jeremy think? Jeremy, what did you think? What are some of the things you liked about the movie? I mean, I heard you slept through part of the movie.
I mean, I was a little drunk going in.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I just gotta do a little bit of partying before I'm no longer single. So
yeah, you gotta get that last night out.
Yeah,
get that last night out.
I remember the end scene pretty well, actually. Well, the last fight scene, and I actually liked Spider-Man in that. I don't really like Spider-Man normally.
Me neither. He's on the same boat as me, actually, because we were talking about it before we went and saw it. Okay. Me and him don't like Spider-Man. And he actually, and I felt the same way. Spider-Man was actually well done in this. I think the biggest thing about it is...
It wasn't an origin story.
Well, that, and instead of... Okay, what does everyone love about Spider-Man?
His witty banter.
Right, which usually happens when he is...
When he's Spider-Man.
Fighting.
And when he's Spider-Man fighting. When he's fighting,
and when he's around other heroes or villains.
Yeah, mostly when he's fighting.
Right, when he's not
when
Peter.
When he's dressed up as Spider-Man, that's when he acts like
Well, what was he in 90% of this movie?
He was Spider-Man.
Right, exactly. Right. So that's why it was easy to like him. It wasn't half mopey, half fun.
Maybe as you don't hate Spider-Man, you hate Peter Parker.
Yeah, but Peter Parker leeches into Spider-Man in most Spider-Man movies.
Yeah,
and I definitely don't think I'll like... And I won't make any promises because I like this Spider-Man, but I don't think I'm going to like the Spider-Man movie as much as I like Spider-Man in this movie.
That's fair. What else do we like? I mean, Black Panther. I thought Black Panther was done very well.
I think he stole the show, kind of.
Really? They did him amazingly well. Scarlet Witch was handled awesome in this movie as well. Ant-Man, we finally got to see Giant Man. That was huge. Yeah. Literally cool. And figuratively, how I did that. He's like, I've only tried this once. Or what did he say? If I tear myself in half, just leave me. Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I've only tried this once in a
lab, and I passed out.
and he like hits the button and goes huge.
That
I like
was
how,
actually my favorite part.
yeah, I like how he was moving slow, like really slow. Like they didn't have him get giant and then move the same speed everybody else was moving. Like the physics would have made sense. So
right.
someone that big would be moving a lot
moving
slower.
slower.
Yeah, I thought that was done very well. Although the one line in that movie that pissed me off more than any other line was when Spider-Man says, "Hey guys, remember that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back?" I was sitting in the theater like, old movie? Fuck you calling old, boy? Like, but
But it was such a such a tongue-in-cheek moment.
It was
Disney kissing Star Wars.
Well, and then he was like, he's like, how old is this kid? He's like, I didn't carbon date him. He's on the young side. Like that was one of my favorites.
I think Iron Man and Spider-Man played off each other really well.
I can't wait to
I
see
think
that.
I also put like an age to him.
Yeah.
Like he's a kid. All the other guys are adults, and we're all adults.
And that
Right.
makes more sense.
And he's a kid.
Yep,
Because what is he, 16?
16.
So, I mean,
Yep.
that makes more sense why he would say that old movie.
Right.
Whereas-
Well, no, I'm saying I'm just saying it made me mad because I'm old.
Yeah,
But-
well, we all know that. Everybody
I
does.
made the joke before you could even make it. Bam.
You didn't make a joke, though. You just said you were old. Now, the joke would be like,
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
we don't got enough time.
It's supposed to be basement of a banner Civil War in this bitch. Other things we liked, let's talk about some of the things we didn't care for as much. For me, it was pretty much the plot in general, the story of the movie. That not everything that happened inside of the story was cool, but the story itself was horrible. If that makes any sense. Like once you get the payoff, like I hated Baron Zemu's like. His whole
I loved him. I thought he was great, and he was done well.
Villain. He was such a throwaway.
But he was such a good throwaway.
So one dude is gonna
Okay, so your idea, your thought process that one normal person couldn't show a video to people to make them angry or destroy the Avengers who are already crumbling in every single movie. We see how Captain and Iron Man basically hate each other, but tolerate each other. They're friends who really, really don't like each other, and it just takes a tiny little bit. And he does almost nothing, and it works. But it makes sense for everyone's character because they built to this. He didn't need to be some super, ultra, mega mastermind. And at least they showed that he could think that instead of just saying, oh, yeah, I'm magic. Like, and I like Batman versus Superman. But come on. They gave way more reason to why he could do what he did than they gave to Lex Luthor. Don't even act like they didn't. Because Batman vs. Superman had almost zero reason for them to fight.
No. Okay, we're not getting into this discussion.
No, we are. I just threw it down.
We are not getting into this.
We have time. Just make a quick one.
We don't. We're not getting into this. All right. Either way, the story was weak. The plot was weak. I'm not saying Batman vs. Superman had a better plot or was more comprehensive. I'm saying both had their flaws. Both plots have their flaws. But for some reason, people like to wash over the flaws in Civil War and swoon over how great
I don't disagree with that.
And trash Batman vs. Superman for all the good that it did do over some minor plot holes that almost every superhero movie is going to have. And realistically, Batman vs. Superman not doing the greatest hurt Civil War. Mother's Day hurt Civil War too, but people are using the Batman vs. Superman thing way easier right now. Because it's easy to say, well, Batman vs. Superman is why Civil War didn't break 200 million on the first weekend. No, Mother's Day is why. Because we went on a Sunday afternoon, and there was a lot of moms don't want to go to Civil War for Mother's Day. My mother does, however, because she's amazing and one of the greatest people on earth. If you say any different, I'll cut you. But most mothers, however, do not. So that's what hurt, I think, more than Batman vs. Superman. It's not like Batman vs. Superman was a bad movie. I don't even want to see it. Why did you even have to say
I didn't say it was bad.
No, I didn't say it, but why would you bring the two movies up? This is Civil War. Okay, what are other things we didn't like? Vision? I didn't love Vision in this.
Honestly, yeah. I thought he was the weakest out of the heroes.
Yeah.
And not just weakest. I mean, like, his powers were incredible, and it was fun watching him fight, kinda. But he was barely in the fight scenes. And his character, like, he had that little sort of weird romance with Scarlet Witch, but it was pretty glossed over. Like, worse than friggin' Scarlett Johansson and Hulk.
His best part was when he came in, when Cap and her sitting in her room.
Yes.
And she's like, Viz, like, or she calls him some sort of nickname. that was honestly like the best moment for the whole film.
And it set him up like you're like, yes, he's gonna be fun in this, and no,
not so much. Hawkeye did a good job, but I still don't know why he came back.
because he's friends with Cap, and they've been Avengers together for 2 or 3 years.
He's okay. Meh.
So if I came back to help you out because somebody was
him and Black
messing with
Widow
you,
are more friends than him and Cap. Or Black Widow and Cap are more friends than Hawkeye and Cap. Hawkeye's never been in a Captain America movie. Hawkeye was in a Thor movie.
that's true.
Okay, like there actually is no connection between Hawkeye and Captain America. Realistically, that they've built in the Avengers movies. They don't work together most of the time. They've never really had much. I mean, everyone made fun of him in Age of Ultron, but everybody made fun of him in that movie.
Building off the second Avengers movie, I think they put him in all these grouped superhero movies because he's the human element.
Right. No, he is.
So,
but it's like if he was retired and he was like, "No, I'm not going to sign it. I'm retired." Then why does he just all of a sudden, I'll come back?
Well,
I'm just saying again.
And Cap is the leader, and honestly, out of the who he would agree with more, I can see him being more on the side. Yeah,
I can agree with that. I'm just saying they really didn't set up why he came back very well. It was another.
Well, you also had Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
Black Panther. Those were more important to give.
They could have taken out some of the. I think some of the Baron Zemo stuff could have been cut. I just think they should have made a better. I don't know. Plus, another thing for me in this movie, I never felt like it was life or death. It was a scrimmage. This was my problem. This was practice. No one was out for blood.
I completely disagree.
No one was out. Even Scarlet Witch said it in the battle. You're pulling your punches. In the battle, she was like, you're pulling your punches.
With the two least powerful members of the Avengers.
At no point did I really.
Who wasn't pulling their punches? If she said he was pulling, she wasn't.
They were all pulling their punches.
No, she's yanking cars and crushing people. Broke Iron Man's arm.
She's throwing cars at Iron Man, but she knows he can take it.
And then his arm broke and almost died.
They're not trying to kill each other.
Somebody gets paralyzed. That's more than what happened.
That was an accident. He didn't get paralyzed on purpose. It wasn't a purposeful paralyzation.
Right, but they were still
Vision
fighting.
Missed. But see, that's another thing. It wasn't on purpose. Now, if Falcon would have blasted Rhodey out of the sky and paralyzed him, that holds gravity. Vision missing, hitting Rhodey, and that's why he falls.
I think there was a lot of gravity because you can only pull so much punches because they're trying to knock each other down, but you can't punch a superhero just hard enough to knock him down.
Well, and
you have to hit him hard enough where you could kill him.
Then why do we call this Civil War? Why don't we just call this Civil Cat Fight? Or something like
it's not a cat fight.
Because it's not a war. In war, you're trying to kill somebody.
I kind of agree with
Toby, Thor?
Yeah. Oh, Thor.
Nice. No one's done that in a while.
I'm
speak up just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, see, so Jeremy agrees with me. See?
But I disagree.
Just felt like there was a scuffle.
It was.
There was nothing at the end, like all the fighting happened for nothing, I felt like. Nobody died.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. I don't even want... See, here's the thing, though. Is everyone's going to say you wanted someone to die. I actually didn't want anyone to die. I didn't foresee them... There was no real reason that they had to kill somebody off, realistically. Like, you don't have to kill any of the heroes.
So when Rhodey fell from the sky and they revealed him, you knew he was just paralyzed?
I knew he was still alive.
How did you know that?
Because I've been saying that for the last 3 months on this show. That's a red herring. There's no way they're killing him because they showed it in every trailer. Him falling, he was still alive to some capacity.
See,
I knew he was alive.
See, I figured it was very possible.
And even if he died, then he's, collateral damage because Vision's a shitty shot? That's even worse.
That's the point, though.
Have Falcon take him out.
That's the point.
Have someone from the other team take him out, though.
They're friends, now enemies. Not trying to...
No, they're friends having they're friends who are still friends.
Right, and it's getting out of control.
At no point are they enemies.
But it's getting out of control. Just like when Ant-Man throws the truck and he's like, I thought that was a water truck. Someone could have died.
Yeah.
He had no idea. That's the point, though, is they're not trying to kill each other, but they can't help it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Whereas
I think it's scarier that you could accidentally kill someone than trying.
I felt like Batman and Superman were gonna kill each other at some point.
I did not.
I honestly thought Batman was because we knew they were gonna team up at the end, but
even without
suspending that for a minute, I still thought Bruce
See,
Wayne
I did not.
was gonna
But that's
kill him at
because it
some
was
point.
like their fight was. It was all about like.
It was brutal. It wasn't so flashy and happy and this, that, and the other. It was a brutal fight. It's like how a fight would be between superheroes. Between people
I
who
like that
actually-
movie a lot,
for-
but I
between-
would
between-
disagree.
Between superpower beings that actually want to kill each other, it wouldn't be.
But Superman didn't want to actually kill him. Yeah, exactly.
Superman doesn't kill.
So the most powerful guy in the fight doesn't want to actually kill him.
Batman wanted to kill him though.
Right. The least powerful guy who has to use special tricks to even stand a chance against him.
Whatever.
That's what I thought.
Either way, either way, we're getting away from
Yeah.
the topic at hand here. There was no gravity to the fight. Whether you agree or disagree is irrelevant. But I felt there was no gravity. Other than that, like I said, I liked the movie. And people are going to watch this review and think, I actually didn't like that movie. I love this movie. Like, I've seen it twice. I liked it a lot. I saw Batman vs. Superman twice. I don't think I'm going to see either one of them more than twice. Star Wars was a much better movie. Deadpool is a much better movie than both of them. Deadpool still wins the year right now. Deadpool is the clear winner this year at this point. Mm-hmm. Best superhero movie I've seen this year is Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably agree, but I think the team up movies, they're good and all, but I have a hard time making that my best superhero movie of the year because I feel more connected when it's like a Deadpool
I'm hoping
movie.
I'm hoping Doctor.
hero?
Although Suicide Squad has a strong chance. I feel Suicide Squad has a strong chance. Like
I don't think.
I don't think it's gonna
They've
knock
gone
out
through Too
Deadpool.
many reshoots and stuff now.
no, the reshoots are planned. That has nothing. Like no, David Ayer came out. Those
Jeremy's just trashing on your Suicide Squad buzz.
Every movie, Civil War had reshoots. Half the Spider-Man stuff was a reshoot. Every movie has reshoots. They are at this point, studios plan for reshoots. That is not something new. Star Wars had reshoots. Every movie has had reshoots. There is nothing to get worried about with, and the reshoots weren't to add humor like was like thrown around on the internet. Like if you read the David Ayer's interviews that he did around that time, who directed that movie and directed Fury, that he was like, no, it has nothing to do with it. These were scheduled reshoots that we were going to reshoot regardless of how Batman vs Superman did.
I mean,
And
wouldn't
they
you
just
say
got-
that anyways?
But it just got blown out of proportion because of the Batman vs Superman backlash. But no, they do. They schedule them in there. Like they're pre-scheduled reshoots.
I'd say they're pretty late.
Not that late, really. Because honestly, Star Wars was shooting stuff for Episode 7 in September of 2015. They were doing reshoots on Skull of Michael Island in August or September, and that movie came out in December.
Okay.
That was as late as these reshoots have been.
Yeah.
So honestly, it doesn't give
I
me
see
any
your point.
pause. But I'm just saying. And I'm just saying, I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, X-Men Apocalypse could too as well. That could be
Yeah.
secret. That could Doctor Strange though. That's my dark.
Honestly,
horse.
I think that's the one that's gonna do it.
Oh, I got good trailers. I got Rogue One and Doctor Strange. Take that. Oh, post-credit scenes. We should talk about those real quick before we give our final score and end this. Post-credit scenes. First one was what was it? Oh, them refreezing Bucky. Second one was Spider-Man wrist lit up and there was a light on his ceiling. Also, nothing.
But it showed they're hiding out in the first one showed they're hiding out
in Wakanda. They're in Wakanda.
And I did like the look of Wakanda when they
That
showed it.
was cool.
Oh, that was the reveal.
That
They backed
was
out and they
cool.
looked
Yeah,
at
they're
the
hiding out.
Panther.
Honestly, I thought that was
more of the reveal than refreezing.
because
Bucky.
refreezing Bucky was whatever,
Either
but
way-
it was the Wakanda stuff that I thought
Yeah.
was
I was
sweet.
underwhelmed by both post credit shots. I was.
See, I wouldn't have stayed after for the Wakanda one, but that one was the quick one.
Yeah, the
and
Spider-Man one.
I'll usually do the quick
The Spider-Man one with. I mean, it was good to see Marissa.
Oh my
Tomei
God,
again.
you know what we completely missed?
Hottest Aunt May ever. Marissa
But you know
Tomei.
what we missed completely?
What?
Probably my favorite cameo by what's his face?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Oh, and he's the package delivery. when he's the-
Mr. Stank.
Yeah, yep, Mr. Stank. That was good. That was solid. Well, let's give our final score on that note, Mr. Stank. We'll go out of 5 out of 5 Captain America shields. I had to think about that. How many Captain America shields are you gonna give it?
Let's go. 4 and one with a bunch of claw marks. So like 4.5.
4.75.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay, that's pretty high. All right, Jeremy.
I have to see it again, but
Yeah, he slept for most of it.
from what I saw, the action scenes are pretty cool, and I did enjoy Spider-Man in it, and I don't normally do that. So
Okay.
I'd probably say 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'll split the difference. Actually, God, yeah, 4. I'll give it a 4.5. I'll give it 4.5. 4.5 shields out of 5. It was good. It was good. Like I said, the points I'm pointing out in this review don't reflect
It's pretty
how I feel. I am
just
being more nitpicky,
honestly,
but that's because I feel like
most of our negative reviews are
Right.
pretty nitpicky.
well, they're not negative. We've never had
Well,
had a
that's
negative
what I mean.
review. And then we always give them good scores.
Right.
You're just saying I don't love everything about every movie. I'm not just some Marvel glasses fanboy who's just gonna be like, yeah, or DC either. I'm not gonna just put the DC glasses on and be like, yeah, like that's not us. Like, you want real fucking talk? Like, you come here for that shit. Like, that's what we do, right? Mm-hmm. Totally.
I mean, it's pretty real. Marty was sitting there defending friggin' Fantastic Four, saying
Marty
it was
was
really good.
Marty, well, he defended 3/4 of Fantastic Four up until the last 20 minutes.
yeah,
But
yeah.
either way, we're Basement Boy Banner.
That movie.
Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. Episodes, Gamer Corner, Thor's Thoughts, Phase 2 coming in full effect, live shows. Until next time, deuces.